What's up, guys? Sorry about that. The game crashed on me. Give me 1 second. Alright. So sorry about that, everybody. We don't have anybody in chat at the moment. I'm sure they'll come right back. We're just gonna keep going. The game crashed on me. I had to start a new stream. For anybody who's joining this stream and whenever it's no longer live, I did just have a crash and we had about eight or nine people in chat. So hopefully they'll come right back, but right now there isn't anybody from where we lost the stream. The stream unfortunately had to stop. We'll have to wait for them to come back. What's up, Wolf Boss? The stream we crashed, man. The game crashed on me, but we're back. Yeah, we had a crash, man, but I just started a new stream. Like I've always said, though, if you ever notice I get cut off, it's always a crash, and I'm always going to start back. So, that's what happened. Alright, so we don't have another level 3 here, so I know that my other buck has came back as a little level 2. So let's go ahead, and I'll just randomly choose another buck to shoot. Because I like having at least 2 bucks in a zone to shoot. There we go. Yeah, hopefully everybody will come back, man. I think we had like 8 to 10 people in chat, so hopefully they all see that I'm back live again. I'm sure they'll all get back eventually, though. Hoping we'll get some rares today. Like I said, if we get a diamond to show up in this zone, I'll go ahead and shoot diamonds. But or if I end up in a zone that has 2 bucks and they're both diamond. But I'm hoping that we get a great one, or that we get get some rares today. Or who knows? Maybe even my first super rare. I would love to get my first super rare, man. 3,000, approaching 3,600 hours now, and I'm still no SR. So I'm waiting for that. Okay, and now I'm scared. This buck has been a solo buck ever since the map launched, or ever since I started grinding. But he's always been here, like he's never left. And now he's not here. So I'm gonna hope that maybe his respawn just isn't here at the moment. And that we haven't lost that deer. I'm gonna go for a few runs, and if he doesn't return, that means he was a solo all this time, and it just took him a long time to leave the pond. So I'll have to figure out where he went. Let me refresh the stream real quick. I don't think I did that since I started the stream back. There we go. That's an interesting level 3 back there. It's kind of wide set. It's kind of interesting. Interesting rack. Yeah, okay, I'm not that worried anymore. This is the only buck that's here, and I've always had 2 to 3 bucks. So yeah, it's just my respawns are kind of out of whack at the moment. Hopefully that means something, though. Because if we get the great one early today, guys, then we might have to do something different for the remainder of the stream. Maybe go to the whitetail ground on New England or something. Which, if that happens, I'll have to start another new stream, so that way I can change my title. But that would be a glorious way to do it. Also, guys, for any of you guys who might be lingering or returning to the stream, please make sure you guys like this stream if you like the last one. I know it's 2 different streams, guys, but like I said, it's just the extra like buttons getting hit, and plus, it'll help revitalize the stream from where I had to restart it. It'll help them send people notifications too, so people who didn't know that I'm back to being live, they'll get notified for it. No solos over there, that's good. Let me go to my trophy manager real quick and let me delete that mountain lion, since I don't want to keep him. Whoop. Trophy manager. There we go. No need to keep a trophy we ain't gonna mount. It's a nice ram. Let's see, do I have another buck over there with him or just the one again? Yep, just the one. Make sure I don't have anything on the other side. It's just my little level 2s. And the doe. Okay, we're good. Alright, where's the buck at? There he is. Yeah, Wolf Boss and anybody else who's who's in the chat right now, I just want to apologize to you guys that things have gotten quiet. Like I said, there is nobody talking to me in chat at the moment, so I'm just gonna be giving general general commentary. But hopefully we'll get more people coming to the stream before long. Yeah, my respawn's just kind of screwing up right now, guys. Hopefully that means that we might be getting something special soon. But it could just be where the game crashed and it's having a hard time catching back up. But yeah, I'm missing respawns in certain zones, so that one buck I ain't gonna worry about him anymore. I'm sure he's still there. Come on. If he floats, I'm gonna let him float. Hey, we got the lung. Let's go. Bonus elk. Bonus elk. I mean, why not? And that deer did not float, so I'm gonna try to rush over there and get him real quick. Please don't be floating. Please do not be floating. Alright, good. He didn't float. Alright, good. Let's see. Where's that elk at? Got me a bonus elk since they decided to show up. There he is. There's a little bonus bull. Little level 3. Is that a... Hold on. Is that a rare bear? Where's Colton Crane when you need him? I don't know if that's... I can't tell if that's a cinnamon or if that's just in the sunlight. Either way, we'll take him. What's up, Star Wars? Glad to see you can make it today, man. Hope you're doing well, my friend. It's a common black. That's alright. Who knows? Maybe it'll come back as a diamond or something. In the sunlight, he kind of looks a little bit red, though, towards his butt. That's the reason why I shot him. It's because he looked a little bit red whenever I shot him. I think it's just where you're standing in the sun, though. You got a new iPad for your birthday? That's awesome, man. I bet you're loving using that. Yeah, it's just dark. That's alright. Hush, Mila. Sorry, guys. Just people talking outside. Making my dog all anxious. Yeah, it was just a dark wolf boss. I don't think that's anything to worry about. I don't think dark is a rare. You're on your old iPad watching it right now because your mom has to set it up. She has to get it where you can comment. Okay, gotcha. That ain't no big deal, man. I bet you're excited to use it either way, buddy. In 1 second. There's a level 4. There's the level 5 that's here. And my other one is not spawned in yet, so we're just going to take the one, guys. Again, I think that where the game crashed, I think it's kind of got some of my respawns where they're a little bit screwed up. So, I ain't going to worry about the animals that's missing too much. We're either about to get something amazing, like a big diamond or two, or we're getting ready to get a great one. Or something's happening with the respawns, because personally, I think it's just where the game crashed. I think where the game crashed is causing the game to run funny. I've had that happen sometime. One second, guys. I just got a text I had to reply to. There we go. You also got a KG pocket knife and shirt and bracelet, the kit. That's awesome, man. I'm guessing that's Kendall Gray, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got some of his merch from his channel. Is that what they're saying? Is that what you're saying, man? I'm pretty sure that's what you're telling me. So do I have more bucks over here? Nope. Whoa! He slid, but he ain't safe. Good night. I love when you face plant a deer and makes it slide like several feet. That is so satisfying. It's so funny too. It just slides. That's awesome, Star Wars. I'm glad you was able to get something. That's cool. I've only ever bought from the merch store from I think it was Daz Games or Bitmore Dave was the only content creators I've ever bought merch from. My wife and I like watching Daz and Dave play together on especially for their Ark series that they did in the past and stuff. So we got their merch for when they did survival by themselves. Again, guys, don't watch Daz Games or Bitmore Dave if you guys don't watch mature content. They don't have like when I say mature content, I just mean like you have to overlook his cursing. They do have some heavy moments every so often, but they're not like straight up filthy though. And guys, again, ignore my dog in the background. We ended up having some family that came over, and and they're outside talking to my father-in-law. So Mila's going to be a little bit tore up in the background where she wants to be out there with them. So just ignore it if you hear her whining or barking in the background, guys. There's nothing I can really do about it at the moment. It's okay, baby. Just cause they ain't coming in doesn't mean they don't love you. Poor thing. Just standing at the door, just staring at them. Please let me out. I just want to say hi to them. Honestly, I'm thinking I might shoot this guy too. I don't think that can make diamonds. I mean, but I want it to be a level 5 overall, really. So let me go ahead and actually bust this guy. If he's a diamond, then he's a diamond. And I think I screwed him up. Nope, I didn't. I got the lung. Okay, good. Just a little bit of a long shot there. Now, guys, I do have a big level 4 at this pawn down here below me. But he's like a big rack level 4. And I don't feel like shooting him because that zone, I hate hunting that zone. So I will leave him. But this zone's pretty easy to shoot. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to shoot this guy. Just because I don't think he's going to make diamond. Yeah, your dogs do the same thing, Star Wars. It happens. Whoa. Hello. You're new. Where you at? Oh, okay. Well, you get to stay. But that's a new solo. I didn't have anything on that side of the pond originally. Yeah, I know, Star Wars. Thankfully, every time that I've live streamed, we've been getting more and more subs. So hopefully, we'll get to 500 before too long, man. I've been very blessed lately. A lot of people's been subscribing and having a good time here. So hopefully, it keeps on going. Yeah, I got 2 from my latest shorts, and then I got a new person that came into the chat earlier today, and then she subscribed. Yeah, that was a gold. That was a good one to take out. All right, guys. As you know, it's the last. That was the run for the day. So we're gonna go and check our solo zones. See if there's anything else that needs to be shot out of them. You ready for super chats and memberships? That's awesome, man. Like I said, I'll make them very affordable. I don't think that my memberships are going to be anything more than $1 a month. But before I get those up and running, though, I have to get together with possibly my sister and my wife and have them help me make my emotes and like little emojis and stuff for you all. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do something special for you guys. For those of you who are members, maybe do one stream a week where it's members only can be part of those streams, or do some videos for only the members. Like I said, I'll figure something out. But if I don't do anything like members only type stuff, then I at least want to give you guys some like emojis and stuff that shows that you guys are supporting the channel through memberships. I'll figure something out. What's up, Rich? Oh, you're fine, man. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi, buddy. We're currently at 457. So we're definitely over the record for our fastest mule deer. It's good to have you, man. Star Wars. If you're asking are you asking who are you asking about? You're asking where is she? Who are you asking about? Yeah, I'm gonna leave him. I just do not feel like... Well, I don't know. Maybe I should. I can always come up here and just pop him. It's an easy shot, at least. Yeah, I'd rather it be a level 5 or a level 2. So we'll just pop him. What's up, VR? Welcome back, man. Glad to have you. Glad to see you was able to make it back, buddy. What's up, Diggin? Glad to have you today, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, very true, Rich. I've been missing you a little bit, man. Anybody who's usually here, like, a lot of the time, I do miss them whenever I'm live streaming, because you guys are, like, the only people that, like, go out of your way to actually talk to me in chat. So, I appreciate you guys. I miss you all when you're not here. Alright, I don't check this pawn very often, guys, because it's a nightmare to check out, but I need to go and look at it. So we're going to go and check all 3 of my solo pawns, and then we will start a new grind, guys. I'll reset time as soon as we do this. And again, guys, to let you guys know for a little bit of hype, those of you who are just now joining the stream, I am now at 458, and my map has already been acting weird. And I am doing the same strategy I did in Ski Ridge, guys, where everything is nothing but level 2s and level 5s on the map, where I'm not leaving any level 4s and I'm not leaving any level 3s. Like, it has to be a level 5 or a level 2, and then I leave it. Unless it's a solo area. If it's one buck that's constantly coming to a zone over and over again, I'll shoot it no matter what it is. But it could happen, guys, because I've been getting some respawns that will not come back, and then they'll come back like several runs later. So I'm really hoping that we're just about ready to get another great one. And then we can move on to whitetail in New England, because I really want to get my 3rd great one whitetail. But we can't do it unless we're hunting for them. So we may shift gears after getting this mule deer and try to get my 3rd my whitetail for the Huddle whitetail mount. Crap. Yep, we got one. We got some bucks here. I think that might be the only buck that needs to be shot, though. Yeah, we got off easy. Okay, so yeah, there's just one buck here that needs to be shot down. Well, at least it came this way. They would have went around the pond the other way. I mean, I still could have shot it, but it would have been a little bit harder. Alright, we got one more solo pond to check, guys, and then we'll reset time and go again. Star Wars, don't be concerned about them, man. I mean, like I said, my stream crashed today. This is the 2nd stream I've had to do today because the 1st stream crashed. They were there earlier, but yeah, you don't have to go out of your way to like thank people for subscribing and stuff, or make sure you stay on top of new people, man. Just leave that part to me. Your job here is just to have fun. Just talk to people, have fun. Don't be advertising or trying to convince people to sub. You can do it every so often. It's just like a hype thing if you want to, but you know. Just have fun, talk and chat, watch the stream, man. That's all you gotta do. I'll handle the advertising and disciplinary actions and stuff like that, buddy. That way, all you have to focus on is just having fun. Nothing here. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and reset time. There's Carla. What's up, Carla? Glad to see you made it back. Yeah, we had a crash a little bit ago, Carla, so that's the reason why why we had to start a new stream. The game crashed on me, so we had to start over. But I'm glad to see you made it back. Star Wars, that is her. Carla's the new one. You can say hi to her if you want to. Carla, I just want to let you know that I'm well, actually, I don't know where I was going with that sentence. I went blank. Never mind. Ignore that sentence. I don't know where I was going with it. I was going to say something along the lines of reiterating what I said a minute ago, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, we just had a crash, so that's why we're back here. Ignore what I was saying. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. I haven't got to play in 5 days, so I'm excited to this evening. Oh, that's awesome, man. What are you going to be doing this evening, Deegan? Is there something in particular you're excited to be doing? No, VR. Carla is not my wife. She is a new subscriber to the channel. My wife's name is Sav or Savannah, and she doesn't really make too many appearances on stream because she's usually working or really busy. So you may not see her around too often, but yeah, and she is the mod, she's the only person I have as a mod on my channel. So if you ever see Sav come into the chat, then that's my wife. She has like a little purple icon with a controller. But again, she's not usually here, so. No, you're alright, VR. No problem, man. Carla, that's pretty cool. Star Wars actually just turned 10 yesterday, so you guys are the same age. That's pretty cool. No, are you serious? Dude, this stinks. Either this buck has moved to another zone after, what, 400 and something kills, he's finally decided to be a solo and move to another zone, or he's just refusing to be here. I'm gonna do this a couple more times, guys, but if this buck doesn't come back to this zone, I'm gonna have to go down here and check for solos because I need that zone. That's one of my favorite zones to hunt, and he's been a diamond several times. So I'd hate to lose that buck. But yeah, we might have to do a solo run, guys. We might have to abandon the main grind for a couple of runs and just go around my map and check my solo zones. If he doesn't come back soon. Oh, nice digging. What map are you setting up pheasants for? Wait a second, guys. Hang on. I know the problem. I know what's going on, guys. Give me 1 second. I did not main menu reset. So some of the zones haven't came back yet. Let me do a main menu, guys. Will I be streaming Friday? Yes. It's Friday. I'm actually playing with you guys. If you have PlayStation and you're here at the beginning of the stream, you will have a chance to join me in one of my trophy lodges. As always, we always meet up in one of my trophy lodges at the start of the stream, until we get a few people in. And then we switch things and go to one of my maps, and we will be hunting across 4 different maps for an hour apiece, or we'll just jump straight into multiplayer, one or the other. But yes, I will be streaming. We will be playing together as long as you have PlayStation. So for anybody who wants to play with me on Friday, make sure that you guys are here for that stream. We'll be live from 12. I believe that day I'm going to be trying to make it from 12 until 4, or from 2 until no, 2 to 6. 2 to 6. That's what it was. Yeah, it's a 4-hour stream on Friday, guys, and we're gonna do an hour apiece on 4 different maps. So it's open comms and everything, guys. Just like I said, behave yourselves, be respectful of others. Hunt on your own in your own area. Don't be around other people, just to make sure that they can hunt for animals without getting it spooked off. And don't hog the mic. You're more than welcome to speak to me, but just make sure that you're not fighting each other for the mic, because then the mic's going to flip out. They're going to make a big screech in our ears, and it's painful as it can be. So make sure that your all's mics are muted when you're not talking, and then when you have to talk, unmute. And that's the best way you can keep from interfering with other people. Yes, Rich. It is live. It is open comms. So anybody who's there on the map with me, you guys will be able to hear me in real life time and be able to hunt right there with me on the map at the same exact time. It's just a multiplayer session where we're all just free hunting and having a good time. And then for those of you who can't hunt with us and are in the live chat, you'll be behind by a few seconds, but I'll still try my best to make sure I talk to you guys as well. Like I said, my attention will be a little bit split, so there might be some big gaps between the time that I talk to live chat. But I try my hardest to stay on top of it, though, guys. Okay, so there are 3 bucks here, but I know for a fact that at least one of these was a bigger deer. Oh, it's that guy. Oh, okay, so it's him. Because he's a little level 3. So this is my 1 buck that I shoot out of this zone. And then so every so often I'll get a solo that'll come in here and I'll shoot them too. Like I said, I don't mind 1 buck zones as long as it's a zone I love hunting. And as long as the majority of my zones are 2 to 3 animals I can shoot, I do not mind to hunt a couple of zones that's just 1 deer. Ow. Rude. Hey, I'm walking here. Get your own walking path, mate. Nice, Rich, nice. Like I said, it'll start right around 2 o'clock on Friday. So it's first come, first serve. I'm going to open it up to 6 people, so me and 5 others. Well, no, 7. So that way it's me and 6 others. I don't do a full 8, guys, because then the game kind of like glitches out and stuff. But I try to keep the amount of people who's on the map low, so that way there's less chances for for us to talk over each other on the mic, and that way it's that we're not competing as much. So, like I said, it'll be me and 4 or 6 others. I'll try to figure that out by Friday. Like I said, though, the stream has had problems before keeping up if I've had the full 8 people. It's hard for my internet to be able to stream and do a 8-person a multiplayer session at the same time. Crap, guys. Yeah. Okay, this is number 4, guys, and that buck is no longer here. I'm gonna run over here. Maybe he just moved. But yeah, my 1 buck that's always been here for the first 400 kills has now decided to go somewhere else, which is very, very annoying. We are going to finish this run, guys, but after this, I think we're going to take a run and just go across my solo pawns. Because, these deer decided they wanted to act up, apparently. It would be really cool, Star Wars. Like I said, man, if I'm not usually at other people's streams. I usually just focus on my own streams, and I'm doing other things throughout the day, so I don't really go to many people's streams. But but yeah, like if I ever got visited by one of my favorite YouTubers, that'd be incredible. Like J Biz Hunts, I knew about him before he actually came into my chat. So the day that I saw J Biz come in, that was pretty cool. And I was unaware of how big Chopper was. So after I met Chopper and then realized that he was as big as he was, it was a big honor. Like I said, anybody who's made a decent following or is at least pretty big on the game, it's always an honor to have them in live chat. Especially if they give their opinions on me and let me know that they think I'm a good YouTuber or give me advice on how to grow and stuff. It means the world to me. Because it shows that I'm doing a good job, and it shows that people that are big as that, I get that encouragement from them. So yeah, that would be pretty cool. No, come on. That could have been lung. Okay, hit him again, I think. Yeah, that's gonna bring him down. Alright, at least we got both. Did you buy the DLC separate, or did you just get all of it in the one that has all the DLC? I've been playing the game since launch, Carlos, so I have bought them all as they came out. Like I said, I don't hunt all the areas all the time, but I do have all the maps, and I bought them as they released, so I do have all of them. The only thing I don't have is particular weapon packs, because I tend to just buy the packs that I know I'm going to use most. So like the rapid fire pack, I didn't buy just because I'm already okay with the ARs. But yeah, I have all the maps though. All right, Carlos, sounds good. Glad to have you today. Make sure you like the stream on the way out if you haven't already, and I will see you Friday. And whether you're playing with us or not, make sure you go to the stream Friday and like that video as well before you join, or join the map first, then do it. That way you're helping out the stream as well as hunting with me. Oh no, I forgot to drag Duke over here. Let's see if I can find the trail on my own. It's like old-fashioned times. I know he ran this way, but I'm not entirely sure which way. checking my ammo count, making sure I don't gotta reload anything. Blood trail, blood trail, blood trail. There it is. Nope, that's poop. That ain't blood, that's poop. That ain't gonna help me none. Is these... Okay, that's turkey. That ain't gonna help me none. Alright, Rich. Hope you have a good day, buddy. I'll talk to you Friday. I'll still be live for another hour if you can make it back, but otherwise I'll see you then. Star Wars, I didn't see J-Biz come in. If he came in right at the tail end of the stream, right before it crashed in the last stream. But no, he hasn't been here to this stream. Oh, you're asking. Okay. Yeah, you didn't have a question mark at the end of your last thing, so I thought you were telling me that he was here. But yeah, no, he didn't join today. He joined, I think, back whenever I was doing the whitetail grind, if I'm not mistaken, like for Mississippi. I think that's the last time that he's actually been on our channel is during the Mississippi whitetail grind, if I ain't mistaken. Choppers came in a couple of times though to the mule deer stuff. All right, y'all. My dog is letting me know that she needs to go. I'm a OUT. So give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna finish this run out, guys, and then I think that I'm gonna put the controller down just for about 5 minutes and let my dog go outside and use the restroom, and then I'll be right back. But we'll finish this run first, though. Also, guys, if you we're at the last stream and locked the stream, make sure you guys lock this stream as well. That way it'll revitalize the fact that it's the same stream, just that we had a crash in the last one. It'll also help notify anybody who doesn't know that I'm back to being live. So make sure you guys lock this stream for me, so that way people can come back, and that way we have chances of new people finding the channel today. And also subscribe if you guys are having a good time. We're trying to make it to 500 subs for memberships, super chats, and moderators. So if anybody's not subscribed and watching right now, please make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe for me. That way you can be here for the next that way you can be here for the next streams and possibly be able to hunt with me on Friday if you guys have PlayStation. I really appreciate any of your support you can give. Oh, I know Star Wars. I was saying if there was somebody else. Oh. Stupid tree. Nope. Calm down, me. Calm down. There we go. I'll take care of it. I don't know why I always open up the weapon wheel. I don't need the weapon wheel to switch from a gun to a whatever you might call it. I'm gonna leave these other bucks, obviously because that one's level 5, but I'm gonna leave the other ones because I think that the buck that I just shot, the level 4, is on this side of the pond. I'm pretty sure that he was originally from that side. So we'll go ahead and take him real quick. Sorry, Star Wars. We're trying a new strategy. If you don't remember from a ski ridge, we're trying to see what happens if you make everything level 5s and level 2s. Because in theory, that should make the game have to give you either a tiny level 2 or a giant level 5, or possibly even the great one. So, right now we're still kindly working on herd management, if you will, but we are done with it overall. Like, we're not having to grind for it anymore. But yeah, I am leaving all level 5s and level 2s. The only time I'll shoot them is if it's a zone that's like the only buck that's in there. Or if I have a zone that's 2 bucks and they both become level 5s, then I'll shoot the biggest one. But that's the only time I'll shoot them. How many mule deer in am I right now? I'm at 467. After I claim these next 2 deer, I'll be at 467. My last great one came at 411. So we are officially longer than our last great one grind, but not by much. But we are going to keep doing this to see what happens out of 3 times. So I'm going to be leaving all my level 5s for this grind and all my level 2s. Except with these exceptions I went over. And then whenever I get this great one, I'm going to see how long it took me to get it. If it's still not that many kills, like if it's still in the like low thousands or mid thousands, then I'm going to do it one more time, and on a different species though. Which I'm going to take a break from doing the strategy this time around, because after I get this great one, I want to go back to my whitetail grind on New England. I'm doing very, very light herd management on New England, so there's not that many diamonds that appear, but I want a great one off that map. So after I get this mule deer, we're gonna do the New England mountain grind until we get it done. But the grind after that, though, we'll do this again. So whether it's a moose, whether it's a whitetail, on a ski ridge, because we are going to go back to a ski ridge for the 3rd grind, or for the grind after our next one. And we are going to do the strategy one more time. And if it's still sub 2,000, or at least in the low 2,000s, I'm going to go ahead and say that it actually does help. But if at any time, if this grind goes over 1,500, 2,000, then I'm going to say maybe. And then it's all going to hinge on the next one. But it also has to do with a lot of luck, too. Because, the game has to be nice enough to give you nothing but level 2s and level 5s. So, if the game keeps spawning out these level 4s and level 3s, then it's going to make it really hard for my strategy to work. Because the game has to do like it did on Ski Ridge, where like all it gave me was 5s and 2s. Because it allowed me to actually get the map to be that way. Are you going to go for one on Rancho after you get it on SRP? Yes. I'm going to get a mule deer off every single mule deer map, because I love this great one. Honestly, it's pushing my favorite great one in the game right now. I still think my favorite great one is still possibly the moose, but I love medium game animals over top of large game. Except for the elk. I love elk to death. But yes, we are going to be getting one off Rancho, and we will also be getting one off Parquet. At least that's what I would like to do. I don't know about Parquet because it's not one of my most favorite maps, but I do like the map. I'll just have to go on there and hunt for a little while and just see if I even do want to do a great one grind on that one. But yes, we are definitely going to get a desert mule deer. I really do want a mule deer off the desert, and I kind of want a whitetail too, so I can say I got a coos. If you guys don't know what a coos deer is, it's basically like a smaller version of a whitetail, and they are desert whitetails. And they don't have the actual species on the game, but there is whitetail in Rancho. So I would like to get a quote-unquote coos deer as well. Like I said, I do want my favorite great ones off every single map that I love, that I like, where I like the map. So at some point, I would like to have a mule deer off all the maps in the game that have mule deer. Maybe not Parquet, but all the other ones. And then I also want a whitetail off of most of the maps in the game as well. When will I stop streaming? I'm not going to stop streaming for another hour. We have one more hour to go. So at 4:30. Right now it's 3:30. At 4:30, I'm going to have to get off. So that way I can do a few chores and stuff before my wife gets off work at 5. I meant to go until 5 today, guys, but my dad and I did a really hard project the night before last, and I was just exhausted all day yesterday, didn't sleep much. And then last night I finally got really good sleep and ended up sleeping in too late today. So that's my bad for not being able to do, follow through the plan the way I would want to. But like I said, though, I am going to be here for the full time on Friday, though. I want to make sure that we get the full 4 hours in with everybody for Friday's stream. And then next week starts Resident Evil, and Call of the Wild at the same time. So I'm really hoping that most people at least support that playthrough. It's going to be a really hard edit. It's going to be something I'm passionate about, and I'm really hoping everybody will enjoy that one as well. Hang on one second, guys. I got my dogs in the kitchen. All right, guys. Doggy scolding over. Yeah, Star Wars. I'm not planning on going anywhere, man. I love what I do. I have no intentions on leaving, so yeah, unless my channel just gets to the point where nobody ever comes back or people start leaving or something where it's like obvious that nobody wants to be here anymore, which is like close to impossible. That would be like the only way that I would leave, is if I got so discouraged where I didn't want to be on here. So I don't think I'll be going anywhere anytime soon, man. When I played on Thursday, I got a Dusky Drift typical rack. Oh, it's beautiful. And then a Mocha Irish Elk rack fallow within an hour. Dude, that is so lucky, and congratulations, man. Oh my gosh. I'm honestly a little bit envious. I've never gotten two great ones in the same day. I did get two great ones back to back though. I got that I can't remember which one it was, but I do remember. I got the great one pheasant, and then the day after, then like 2 days later, I got the great one whitetail, and that was my 5-kill whitetail from Mississippi. So I've gotten them back to back before, because I hadn't played the day between the two. So it literally was the very next time that I played Call of the Wild, I got the great one whitetail. But I've never had them in the same day. So that's amazing, man. Congratulations, buddy. Congrats. That's awesome. That guy's just slightly too big. I hate that. I hate whenever you get a buck it's in the 430s, man, and like a 420 rack, but my estimate, but you know it's going to be in the 430s. In case you guys are wondering which bucks I leave the bucks that have the teeny tiny racks that's like a little bitty basket rack on top of the head, or I leave the bucks that are for like that's what is it? I can't remember what it is, but I think it's like 220 and below as their minimum estimates, and they also have to have a small rack. That's like the only level 3 I'll leave, is if it has a small rack and a teeny tiny estimate. Oh, you're fine, Star Wars. Like I said, man. Wrecking of Evil. It's Resident Evil. But that's totally fine, man. I will let you know though, man, that I am going to be censoring the game a little bit. So like I'm not going to feature every single cuss word that's in the game. There's certain places I need at least 1 full second to cut something out. So obviously some cuss words I'll have to leave in because the sentences just go too quickly. But there is a few parts in the game that has like an F-bomb in there or a GD, and I'm going to be able to cut that out of that cutscene. So, like I said, I will be censoring it some. I'm not going to leave all the cursing in the game. I'm going to try my best to censor it a little bit. But I totally understand you entirely, man. Like I said, no big deal. No hard feelings, nothing at all. It's a passion project of mine, and a lot of people have been wanting me to play horror games on the channel, so I decided to just play a new Resident Evil every single month for the rest of the year. Plus, I was going to do that anyways, because the new Resident Evil comes out next February, and I want to be able to play all of them before then. So I decided just to turn it into content for the channel. But don't worry, man, you're not going to miss anything. Like I said, Star Wars, we are going to continue doing Call of the Wild and Fishing Planet in between. So I'm probably going to release maybe 2 or 3 videos a week for my Resident Evil. And then the rest of the time we're going to be spending on Call of the Wild or Fishing Planet like normal. So it's not going anywhere. That's just there for the people who want to watch it. But like I said, though, man, just going in and hitting the like button for me on those videos is a big help. Because, like I said, if you like those videos, then it allows other people to see that I made that content, and it can pull more people into the channel that way. But again, though, if you don't want to support it in any way, if you don't want to hit the like button or you don't want to be there, that is totally understandable, buddy. Like I said, I totally get it. There's no problem with it at all. It was so crazy. The mule deer took 519 kills, and then the fallow took 621. Dude, those are great grinds, man. Grinds that are under 1,000 kills is what I consider the great ones. You see what I did there? But at the same time, that is an amazing grind, buddy. Congrats. Congrats entirely. That is amazing. Beautiful trophies, too, by the way. I love the combinations. That is beautiful. Well, that ain't gonna help this zone any. But I don't think there's anything new here. We'll have to come and check this one again. Alright, guys, before I reset time, I do need to take my dog outside. So, Deegan, Star Wars, if anybody else joins the chat, let them know that I've just stepped out for about 5 or 10 minutes. I've just got to go take my dog outside. So, if she goes out there and just uses the restroom and comes back, I'll be back sooner. But she likes to linger a little bit sometimes, so it just depends on her. But I'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the view for now, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let me refresh my stream real quick since I've been gone for a little bit. Alright. Let's get our next grind underway. I was going to check my solo zones, guys, but I think what I'm going to do is do that off stream so that way you guys will have some action for the remainder of the stream. I don't want to check all of my solo zones and waste like a lot of the stream time whenever I've just got a little under an hour left. So I'll just keep going in my same zones, guys. We'll hopefully get a great one. And if not, then I'll check my solos after I get off stream today. My longest grind so far digging was for the pheasant. My pheasant took 3,700 kills. Give or take. It was like 3,800. It was an estimate. It was an estimate because I wasn't like counting on a piece of paper like I'm doing now. I was having to use a calculator, and I was getting lost every so often. But I told people that it would have been an estimate between 3,700 and 3,800. It would have been somewhere around in there. I do know that I broke 3,000. I do know that I was in the middle of 3,000. I just don't know exactly where I lost count. But I do know that I was at least over 3,500 around the time that I lost, and I know that I killed at least a couple hundred other animals. So I always say 3,700 is what I say. Underneath that one, it would have been the what is it? I'm getting lost now. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to do another main menu reset. Give me one second. Let me collect my thoughts for a minute, Deegan. Where I stepped away, I'm out of focus now. ADHD does that to me. Give me one second. Let me collect my thoughts. So after that one, it would have been my red deer at 1,800. So like I said, I've not exceeded 2,000 on any of my great ones except for the except for the pheasant. All my other ones were sub 2,000 kills, and 1,800 was my red deer, and then I think that my moose was 1,200, and then my whitetails were 500 and no, excuse me, were 130, and then 5. So my whitetail luck has been amazing, except for on New England. New England's been terrible. I don't know. Let me see what I am on New England, actually, because I know that's a long one. Let me look back on it real quick. I actually have the paper here with me. New England, where are you? Well, I can't seem to figure out where my New England grind paper is. Give me one second. Because I'd like to tell you what it was. Or what it is. I haven't got the great one off of it yet, so I'm still grinding it. SRP. Either this is the wrong paper. Oh wait, hang on. Here it is. Yeah, my New England one right now is at 1,300. So is what I'm currently grinding for my third great one, whitetail. But yeah, and then my fallow deer was 530, I believe, was my fallow deer. What's up, Luke? Welcome back, Mr. OG. Long time no here. Well, I know you were here last stream, I think, actually, so never mind. But it's good to see you, man. It's always good to see you. Welcome back, buddy. Yeah, we're just grinding right now, Luke. We're at 470. The next buck will be 470. So whichever one gets the next bullet is gonna mark 470 kills. But doing good, man. Doing good. Your longest was your first mule deer. How long was that mule deer, man? Oh yeah, my moose was my 1,200, and then my last mule deer was 411. I meant to tell you what the other grinds were, and I forgot to. Okay, so yeah, I need to choose another buck to shoot out of this zone. Let's see. Maybe the one... That guy's tiny. That one would probably need to be the other one I shoot. Let's go ahead and bust him. I think I'm going to take one, because they all took off too quick. I'll just settle for the one buck. So that right there marks 470 kills, guys. $1,357? Phew, that's rough, man. That's rough. Yeah, I've been lucky. A lot of my great one lucks has been great. I mean, no pun intended, but I mean, like, the fact that most of my grinds are sub 2,000, I mean, I don't want to jinx myself, but ever since I've started grinding back in 2021, I've had really great luck. I mean, like, my game has been very generous to me when it comes to great ones. And diamonds. I've gotten plenty of diamonds, I've gotten plenty of rares and great ones, But I will say the one thing I don't have, man, which you probably already know this because I told everybody multiple times, is that I do not have a super rare. That is in the one thing in 30. I think I'm 35 sets, almost 50 right now. So out of 3,550 hours last time I looked, I'm pretty sure that I've never ever got a super rare. Well, I'm not pretty sure. I am sure. I've never even laid eyes on one. Hey, our buck came back. Okay, good. So he did go to another pond apparently, and I shot him back to this pond. So good. Well, at least we got our buck back. Glad to see that he decided to come back to his pond. I love this zone. I mean, I'd hate to lose this zone. It's only a one deer zone, but I just love it. It's a beautiful place, and yeah. I would love to get a great one in this little corner right here, honestly. You got your moose, Luke? Oh man, let's go. How many kills, what combination? As always, whenever you tell D-Train what you got to let him know what it was. And how long it took you. Congrats, man. Congrats, though. Either way, that's awesome. Nice work. Get in the tripod. Come on. Okay, you're still just alone. And I just got one respawn come back in this zone, but that's fine. That's all we need is one buck. Stop, sir. You can stop anytime now, sir. Sir! 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 Stop walking! I can't shoot you if you don't stop walking. Come on! Thanks. It's much better. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. Ignore my corniness, guys. You know how I am. Oh, man. You got a lot of great ones, Deegan. Congrats, man. Way to put in the work, buddy. That's awesome. In the future, I will be doing, which I don't know when it will be. It's probably not going to be for a little while because I want to make sure that I have plenty of time to do it. But in the future, I would like to do a series where I actually come to your all's trophy lodges and visit them. So if you want to be part of that, make sure you let me know. If you're PlayStation, of course. Of course, if you're not PlayStation, I'll never be able to do it unless they make it cross-platform. But if you do have PlayStation and you want me to come and visit your lodge, I'm going to let me know. It won't be anytime soon. Again, it's going to be a while from now. But I would like to see that lodge. If you have all those great ones in it, that'd be cool. Congrats, though, man. That is amazing work put into that. I can't see. Level 2. Spotted something there, but I think it was moving. Okay, yeah, nothing new over there. Oh, man, Luke. Speckled typical? Let's go, man. If I'm not mistaken, Luke, I think that's the same one I got, wasn't it? The spruce? Because the spruce has some speckles on it. But I could be thinking of the wrong moose. But the typical rack is the one that I got, and it was the spruce typical. That's still though. If it's not the one I got, man, you'll have to explain the fur color to me a little bit. But I'm pretty sure you got the same one I did. Congrats, man. That's amazing. Star Wars Luke is one of the OGs. He's been here since I first started Call of the Wild. Him and Colton Crane has been on here about the same length of time, give or take. And along with Michael and a few other ones. So he's one of the OGs. Or should I say classic OGs. Everybody who joined in 2024 will be considered OGs. Everybody that started back in 2023 will be classic OGs, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think I started Call of the Wild like in July of 2023. Or maybe it's 2024. I can't remember. I don't think I started last year, though. I'm pretty sure it was the year before last that I started. No, I take it back. So, yeah, it was 2020. So it would have been 2024 because 2023 is whenever I posted my first two Great One shorts on the channel. But I wasn't like doing streams or anything at the time. I think 2024 is whenever I started streaming Call of the Wild. So yeah, so 2024 would be classic people, give or take. But Luke, you can correct me if I'm wrong, man. You know what year you got here, so if I'm wrong, just let me know. But I think that you were 2024 or 23. You'll just have to let me know. Whoa. What was that? Oh. Just an elk. But they know who they are. The classic OGs were the people that were here on the first year I started streaming Call of the Wild. And then anybody who joined this year in 2025 are just considered OG. Because it's only this year and last year that I'm going to consider anybody OGs. Starting next year in 2026, no, those will just be normal subscribers. My OGs will only be the people that were here during the first 2 years that I started streaming. Maybe. I'll figure that one out. You guys can always consider yourselves OGs, though. I mean, you guys have been here since the start. This is only year 2. And even year 3 is still early in my career as a YouTuber. So, I mean, honestly, in the first 3 years, those are OG people, in my opinion. But the first 2, like the first year I did it are classic OGs, and the second year is like, you know, that's my way I look at it. The very first full couple of years that I did YouTube, those are my classics, is the way I look at it. Everybody that joined after year 3 can still be OGs, but they weren't here at the start, if that makes sense. That's why I don't consider them classic OGs, is because they weren't here from the very get-go. Stop pilfering, Mila. You have food, baby. Why don't you eat your food? Alright, so I don't have my respawn here just yet, guys. We're gonna go ahead and skip this pawn. Oh, yours is the black with those spots. Oh, okay, that's an amazing one, man. Oh goodness, I've never even like visualized that one in my head. That is a beautiful moose. Congrats, man. That's gorgeous. Way to go, my friend. Way to go. Is that level 5? I think it is. Yeah, that's the 5. Hang on a second. Stop chewing. Let go. Mila, stop chewing. She's mad at me. When she gets anxious or angry, she will go over to her blanket and start and like get a whole glob of it in her mouth, and she'll just sit there and suck on the blanket. And it destroys our blankets over time, so we have to get on to her. We'll take the one in precaution that maybe the other one is not there, guys. Like I said, there's usually 2 bucks in this zone I can shoot, and there's only one here right now that I can. So I'm going to shoot just the one and hope that the other one will come back in the next run or 2. Because even if I'm just juggling the same 2 deer over and over again as a single buck, that's still getting 2 kills. They're just on multiple runs. No, Star Wars, you actually joined really early this year, man. I think it was like February or January this year that you joined my channel. If I'm not mistaken. I know for sure, Star Wars, that you were this year. But like I said, you're still an OG. Anybody who subscribes this year will be an OG. Anybody who subscribes next year will just be a normal sub. Classic OGs are the people that were here in the very first year that I was doing YouTube. And that's like Colton Crane, Michael, Luke, people like that. Jack, give me 1 second. My mom's calling me. Alright, guys, sorry about that. My voice is back now. I just had a phone call from my mother. Had to answer it real quick. Guys, I got a little bit of better news for you all. It's not a huge change in today's schedule, but my wife is going to be going shopping with her mom after she gets off work. So instead of getting off at 4:30, I'm going to go ahead and extend the stream until 5. So we are going to do our full stream today, guys. So we're gonna go for an extra 30 minutes. So we're going to be live for another hour, guys. It fits the typical rack perfectly, Luke. Oh, I know, man. I know. I was trying to envision that in my head, and I was thinking, and then whenever I finally got like which moose that was in my head, dude, that's gorgeous. Like I love the moose that I got, but honestly, it was one of my least like preferred moose. My favorite one that I really want to get of the moose is the full spider rack with the two-tone color scheme, where it's white in the front and brown in the back. That's like my dream moose. And Scarecrow, I think, actually has that one, if I ain't mistaken, or he has one that's like 50-50, and it's close to it. But yeah, that's my dream moose, guys. Is the spider rack with the two-tone color. Again, guys, I'm sorry I stepped away. My mom called me and I had to answer the phone. You're going for number 2 right now. Hopefully I get the oak 50-50 rack, but that's a super rare. Dude, honestly, that's a beautiful combination too, man. I just kind of like the animals color schemes that are like albino piebald looking over top of the straight colored ones, if that makes sense. But the ones that you mentioned, though, they were beautiful either way, man. Star Wars, everybody's important, man. Just because you're not an OG doesn't mean you ain't important. Everybody that's subscribed to the channel and that's here talking to me in chat and everything is very highly appreciated. Equally so to my OGs. OG just means original subscribers. That's all it is. You're just somebody who showed up at the start of my experience here on YouTube. It doesn't mean that you're like a preferred YouTuber. Okay, I don't have a favorite people that's here. I don't choose favorites. I love everybody equally here on my channel because everybody that supports me deserves my respect and my appreciation for them being here. So man, you're very, very important. Okay, there's nobody that's above you on this channel. There's the only thing is there's been people that's been here longer than you, but that's it. It just has to do with time. It's not importance. It's time. So do not feel left out, man. You're just as appreciated being here as anybody else is. One second, guys. Alright. Had a text. I'm good now. Have to refresh the stream. Got a little glitched out there on me, but I'm good now. You kind of want to try for another bear so you can make a multi-mount? I mean, do what you want to do, man. Like I said, I don't really have very much interest in the black bears. I don't really know why, because I figured I would whenever they became a great one, but it's just like, I know that they're they usually have high kill counts to get the great ones. And that's one of the reasons that's discouraging me from doing it, is because I know that that's like a really tough grind. I'm going to go a couple of runs, guys, without doing my menu reset, by the way. I keep doing the main menu resets whenever I'm not meaning to do them. I don't like main menu resetting. The only time I do it is if zones just refuse to come in for multiple runs. And I've just been distracted a little bit today and been main menu resetting every time. Not that it's a big problem, it's just I try my best not to do it. because I do believe the game, it actually helps with like healthy respawns if you just let the game do its thing and not keep doing my menu resets. But yeah, Luke, that's the only reason why I don't do bears. I don't know what it is. Bears, foxes, and tar, I'm just not too interested in those species. That's the reason why I haven't done a great one grind and probably won't be doing a great one grind for them. I'm more of an antlered person than I am anything. If it has antlers, I'll probably grind for it. Star Wars, like I said, man, the only two questions relating to religion that I'll answer is if I go to church and if I'm a Christian. I'm not going to answer that question. Not that I think that you would or anything, because I do not think you would. But I know that there's some people that's like would ask those kind of questions, and if I answered no or yes to it, they would have like some sort of opinion to give me afterwards. So I'm not going to answer the question, man. But like I said, you know that I'm a Christian. You know that I go to church. That should be enough for you to know the answer to that. And if I sounded angry, I didn't mean to. I just realized that my voice sounded kind of stern. I did not mean to present it as being stern. I'm sorry if you took it that way. I was meaning that politely. I just now realized that I said that kind of flat, and I didn't want you thinking I was like mad at you or anything, Star Wars. So know that I wasn't. And I'm sorry if it came off that way, man. No anger or sternness intended with that. I'm sorry if you took it that way. My tone, I was just focused on shooting the deer, and I didn't realize I sounded so serious. Oh, Luke, well, that's not my point, man. My point being is that the species itself is just something I'm not really interested in. I do love black bears in real life, but I'm just not really one to like I wouldn't want to hunt for one in real life just because I enjoy watching them than anything. And in video games, I do shoot them opportunistically. So like if I see a rare or a diamond or a big mythical or something, I'll shoot it. Or if I just feel like shooting one, I'll shoot it. But I just don't really feel like hunting the species, if that makes sense. That's the main reason why, is I just don't have any drive to actually hunt the species. But like I said, though, I know the grind itself can be pretty easy. It's just that the amount of kills that it takes to get a great one sometimes can be a long time. And then the only other reason I don't do it is because of the fact that it's just not really a species I'm too interested in. That's the same thing with like the tar and the fox. Now I would do the fox grind, but the reason I don't do the fox grind is because you have to kill both foxes to get your respawns back. And unfortunately, D-Train is just not the best at shooting on the run. And foxes, they take off pretty much as soon as you shoot at them. So, out of my own knowledge for what kind of skill set I have, I just don't hunt for those. And then the tar is just not really an animal that I want. I'm not very big on horned animals, but I will say that if the bighorn sheep, a doll sheep, or one of the giant ibex got a great one, then I would be after those. I do like the tall and giant, like spirally rack or horned animals. And I might even do a water buffalo. If they brought a water buffalo to the game, I'd probably do a buffalo grind. But I would have to see. Why is that deer leaving? Okay, I'm going to just shoot one deer here, guys. And I'm going to go for the bigger one. Because at level 5, I'm leaving. This guy's going to help me out a little bit. But I'm going to shoot this guy. Maybe not. I don't know if this guy. I know there's usually 4 bucks in this zone, and there's only 3. So I'm not gonna shoot that one, guys. I'm gonna leave that zone alone. I did not do a main menu reset this time, so some of my zones will not be here right now. And until I know that I'm looking at all the animals, I'm not gonna shoot a level 2. I'm gonna go for a run or 2, and then if there still isn't nothing else there, then I will shoot that one. Wrong pond. Meant to go to this pond. You're going to try to get another red deer so I can have 2 Great One multi-mounts at the front of your lodge? Oh, dude, that'd be pretty. The red deer mounts would be pretty, too. The only thing I don't like about the red deer, man, is the fact that they all look the same. Like, I will say, red deer is my #1 animal in this game. I will hunt those all day long and be happy with it. I love their antlers. I love how big they are. I would still be grinding them even. The only reason I don't grind for them is because there's no variations. I mean, and I know that some people will agree with me on that. It's just like there's just no like encouragement for me to grind for those animals, just simply because they don't have enough variation in the fur colors and antler tops. Like, I really would like to see a rework to the great ones of the red deer, where they leave the original pattern. But I would like to see more fur colors and a lot more antler tops for the great one red deer. I mean, the red deer's antlers in real life can be so various and so huge. It was so many points in real life, and I would love to see more great one of my red deer come to the game. And then with the whitetail, I would like to see more colors for the whitetails. I still grind them because they have plenty of racks that you can get them in, but I would like to see some more rare colors that can come in. And I'm remembering as I'm going, guys, that the reason I'm main menu resetting on this grind is because I remembered that these zones are like at so many different times a day. So that's the reason why I usually do main menu resets, and I wasn't thinking about that. As you guys can see, there's like nothing here, so that's the reason why I was doing them, and I forgot. Alright, Star Wars, sounds good, man. You never got a great one, you will. You just gotta keep putting the time in, you gotta have a grind going, you just gotta keep shooting. Eventually you will have one respawn. If you're wanting a great one, that is. Sometimes you'll get them just by simply hunting. Like I said, my 5-kill great one whitetail, I was just hunting on the map of Mississippi. I wasn't even grinding yet. I just shot, just the 5th buck that I shot came back as a great one. So, like I said, it could happen at any point. What's up, Evil? I'm gonna call you Raven. Hope you're doing well, man. Make yourself at home and chat. Just keep it family friendly. But talk about whatever you want to, man. Hope you have a good day today. If you have any questions concerning Call of the Wild for me, I have over 3,600 hours in the game, and one of every great one except the whitetail, which I have 2 of. So I can help you with any questions you have if you have any. There's also some very educated people in chat. But again, you do not have to make it Call of the Wild related. Just make sure it's family friendly, man. But it's good to have you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. You only want 2 red deer and then no more after that? I can understand that, Deegan. I mean, I was good with 1. Like I said, I love diamond red deer, and I actually have a whole entire lodge dedicated to the red deer. I've showed it on my channel several times, where I have all the racks that you can get from red deer great ones, from a great one grind. But, of course, it was before, I think there's some other racks that I don't have. Is that a 3 back there? No, it's 2. Okay, we're good. I'm going to go check my solos, guys, and then I'm going to reset time and do a main menu reset because I keep forgetting to do that. Or at least I don't keep forgetting. I just forgot a minute ago. Where I didn't do a main menu reset, my animals ain't here right now, so I'm just going to do a run anyways, and then I'll reset time again. It's kind of random and kind of creepy, Star Wars, but I appreciate and love your support for the channel, man. Likewise, my friend. I know what you meant, by the way. I'm just giving you a hard time. It's like that SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob's like flatter the customer, make him feel good, and the guy opens the door and Patrick goes, "I love you." You know what I mean? It's just kind of random. Like, he meant well by it, but it just came off as kind of weird and random. That's why I was giving you a hard time about it. What's up, Mr. Video Man? Welcome to the stream, man. Talk about whatever you want to. Just keep it family friendly. I have over 3,600 hours in the game and one of every great one except the whitetail, which I have 2 of. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Also, we have some very educated people in chat. But yeah, make yourself at home. Like and subscribe, too, if you have a good time being here today. What is the easiest great one to get? Honestly, they're all different because the game generates respawns as a random number. So anytime you shoot an animal, it's like the game just draws a number out of a hat. And it's just a game of chance. So I wouldn't say there's like an easiest one. But I will say that as far as like numbers and the average that people get the great ones from, I would say either fallow deer, mule deer, the pheasant, and then I'd probably say that another easy one is probably moose, depending on which map you're hunting on. Yeah, those are the ones I would target if you're wanting like low kill counts as an average for people to get a great one. Those are what I would start with too. Now the whitetail's an easy grind too, but they're higher numbers. Usually they usually exceed 1,000 kills and sometimes even 2,000 to get the great one whitetails. So I don't consider them like the easiest grinds. And then the bears and red deer are always tough. They're easy zones to shoot out of, but as far as getting good numbers, they exceed the thousands all the time. So yeah, if I was you, I'd focus on those other four species: the mule deer, the moose, the pheasant, and then the fallow deer. Those, in my opinion, are the four easiest great ones in the game. Yeah, four grinds and a red deer grind, mule deer grind, a black bear grind, and a blacktail grind. That is the most I've said grind in one sentence at one time, man. That's actually really cool, though. I mean, if you have that many going, I mean, it's going to keep you from getting bored, that's for sure. I wish you luck with all of them, man. Yeah, I've got two whitetail, and then I have one of every other great one. The only great ones I don't have is the black bear, the tar, and the fox. Simply because I'm not the best shot at shooting animals on the run usually. So the fox is a tough great one for me for my skill set. So I usually don't really focus too much on the fox. But the black bear and the tar, I just don't really have any interest in. I think they're great ones. I think they're beautiful. It's just I don't feel like hunting for them. They're not really a species that I enjoy hunting for. So the black bear and the tar, I just don't have any interest in. But yeah, I do have one of every other great one though. And I'm trying to get my third whitetail off New England. Nobody really hunts New England mountains, and I think it's a beautiful map, and I'm wanting to do a one and done. We got a 5, guys. Let's go. We got another level 5. That's going to take the place of one of our level 2s. So now I need 2 bucks in this zone again, so we are going to go for this buck now. Because I believe there's 3 bucks in this zone. And like I said, we're trying a new herd management strategy where we're making the map nothing but level 2s and level 5s. But this zone has 2 other level 2s on it now, so we're going to go ahead and shoot this one out. And like I said, guys, by making everything on the map be nothing but level 2s and level 5s, it will force the game to give you nothing but a really teeny tiny deer or a really big deer. So it has to be either a giant diamond, the great one, or a tiny level 2, with the occasional level 3 and 4. So we are going to leave that level 5, guys. He's going to do the same thing as the small level 2s will do. And hopefully we'll get more level 2s in my other zones. But again, if we end up getting 2 full guys, if we have the map where it pretty much becomes nothing but level 5s, or if I notice that my herd management is just not working anymore, then we will take a few of them out, just to kind of help with that. Again, this is an experimental grind, so we have to learn as we go, guys. But we did this on a ski ridge, and I got my great one in 411 kills. And we're currently just at 477 right now, so... Well, nope, 478. I forgot to count that last buck. So we're at 478 at the moment. Your third grind of one... Let me see. My third grind of one species always seems to be the shortest. Yeah, I think that I've noticed that with the games. Like, I think that the game actually does kind of gift you a great one after a little while, even if you got one. Because I think the game also kind of sort of keeps up with like how many kills you've done, just in general for animals. And I think that once you hit a certain like number, I think the game like gives you a little bit of a cookie, if you will, and it's like increases your chances at a great one. But I don't think it happens like all the time though, unfortunately. But yeah, I kind of do believe that. Well, his does weren't here, but I'll take the buck. That's all we're after. Excuse me, that's all we're after anyways. You don't have any great ones yet, but hopefully sometime soon. I hope you do, man. I hope you do, Raven. Yeah, I'm hoping that your grinds, where you have multiple grinds going on, by the way, as soon as you get a great one, go to another grind and start grinding immediately for something else. Like I said, I've had set 2 different grinds now where I got a great one, and then ended up getting another great one shortly afterwards, and it was a different species. And I also got a lot of rares along the way. So, like, after I got my moose, I think it was the moose. No, pheasant. After I got my great one pheasant, I ended up getting, like, 4 rare whitetail in a row before I got the great one. And like I said, it was, no, that was afterwards. So I ended up getting the great one in 5 kills. Like, I just killed the great one pheasant, went to Mississippi. 5 kills into Mississippi, I got a great one. And then I started a grind on Mississippi. I was going to do a grind on there, and I ended up getting like 6 rares after I shot the great one. So if you do get a great one, go to another species and hunt for that for a while, because I think the game gives you like a boosted chance at like other great ones and rares during that time frame. I don't know if that's gonna. Yeah, okay, we got it lung. That was a bad shot. I was afraid we didn't get the lung there. I tried doing a black bear grind, but couldn't get males to respawn, and I couldn't get them to respawn at lakes on Silver Ridge Peaks. Okay, so if you don't have animals respawning, this works for everything, and it's just a general tip. And if you know you've already tried this, then you can just let me know that you've already done it. And there could just be, you could just have an unhealthy map, as I call it, where like your animals just won't behave. Because there is some people that just end up getting some maps that like most people struggle with, but they actually have an easy time with. And then you have some people that's the other way around, where it's like they have ease on most people's maps, and then other maps are like difficult. But I will tell you this: if you're not getting respawns, guys, the best thing to do if you're not doing main menu resets is just keep trying. I would go at least 3 to 4 times, like resetting time. And if you still don't get respawns, do a main menu reset. Let it sit on the home screen for about 15 seconds, about 10 to 15 seconds, and then go back into your game. And usually you'll get respawns again. But make sure you reset time before you go to the main menu. And then the only other option I can think of, guys, to help you get your respawns back in, if that doesn't work, if you've tried the main menu tactic and that does not work, do a hard reset on the game. So reset time, close the game out, come back into the game. And that will make your respawns come back in some cases. And if you still notice that you're not getting any respawns, then you need to go around the remainder of your map. You might need to look up some guides on like what animal it is that you're wanting to hunt for, so that we can figure out where they could be on the map. And you just need to go to every single pond that species could be on. And you could end up having a map that's an unhealthy map, as I call it, which is where most of your stuff is solos. And you'll just have to bounce around ponds while you do your grind. It's kind of like what you've seen here with my mule deer grind, guys. If you've noticed that, like, I'll do a full run or two, and then I'll just kind of vary off and check a few of my other ponds. And it's because I have to. I have solos on this grind, so I have to keep up with them. What's up, guys? How you all doing? Nothing over there for me to shoot, doesn't look like. You guys are still nice and managed. So we'll just move right along. You love whitetail. I'm doing them after I get a diamond blacktail. That's amazing, man. Yeah, whitetail is easily. I mean, that's what I hunt in real life. So obviously they have a special place in my heart. As far as the video game goes, I do think that because they have more fur colors, I will say that the mule deer is probably a little bit more preferred. And I also like their diamonds a little bit better than I like the whitetail diamonds. But that's a big boy. But either way, yeah, I will say that for nostalgia and the fact that I hunt them in real life, they're easily gonna be like one of my favorite great ones forever. But I will say I like the mule deer, I think, a little bit better. Guys, that guy has a chance at diamonds, so I am gonna shoot him at the 308. I don't think he will make it, and he's not a level 5, so that's why I'm shooting him. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to pop this guy. That should have been a lung. Alright, we're good. He might be a diamond, guys, and if he is a diamond, that's still great. But like I said, I'm only going to be leaving level 5s or bucks that have racks that look like they can make diamond. And they also have to have a maximum score that exceeds 330. Yeah, that guy was definitely not a diamond. So that was a good one to shoot. Well, at least we know he wouldn't have made it. How's the Silver Ridge grind? Is there zones at all lakes? Yes, go get her. But I will say it's very easy though. The lakes are really wide open except for the fact that they have very tall grass. So you have to deal with the tall grass. But other than that though, the zones are very easy to manage down. They can be in all ponds. So let me zoom out real quick, guys. For Silver Ridge Peaks, all mule deer can be everywhere on the map. The only ponds they won't be at is this pond right here. I forget what it's called. But it's like up to the top left of Bear Wallow. And it's right here. So it's a little down to the left of Lone Island. It's this pond right here, guys. That pond will never have mule deer on it, I don't believe. And then these 2 ponds down here. At least according to a guide that I watched. I did watch a guide before I did this grind, guys, and those 3 ponds are the only places they can't be. So you will have to go around the entire map, guys. But once you find all your zones, managing them is very easy. That guy, every time I see him, he trips me up. I keep thinking I'm looking at something else. Alright, guys, on our next run for this zone, guys, if there is not another buck at this zone, we are going to go ahead and shoot one of the level 2s. Like I said, we're leaving all level 5s, guys. The only time we'll shoot a level 5 is if it's the only buck in the zone. or if there happens to be 2 bucks in the zone and they both become 5s. That'd be the only way I'd shoot one. Everything else, it needs to be a level 2 or something else. He dead? Yeah, he was dead, Star Wars. Alright guys, just like the last zone, we're gonna leave this zone alone too. The next run, if there's nothing else that appears, we'll shoot one of the level 2s. Because we're gonna keep our zones alive, guys. And the only way we can keep our main zones alive is by shooting level 2s. So, like I said, I go 3 runs in a row, and if you don't get your respawns, then I will go ahead and just say that they're not that those are solos, and I'll go ahead and just shoot whatever I can. Looks like there's more deer down here. Oh, that's sheep. Okay, never mind. Anything special out of them, though? Nope. Just bucks, then. Quartering? I'll shoot a little far back. My scope's wobbling the wrong way, though. I want it to go up, and then back down to where I need it. So up, and then back down. There we go. That's the shot I was looking for. Alright, and then now guys, here's what I would do though. If you guys are going to do my zones, so I hunt these 2 zones down here, and then I also hunt these 3 ponds up in this area. So this is my setup, guys. I'm going to leave it paused here for just a minute. But yeah, all of these are my main zones. Anywhere you guys see the diamonds, those are tents that I have set up along with my tripods. And this is my current main grind. Everything else on the map is managed, or at least has majority level 2s and 5s on the map. So I know that I have like several enormous level 5s on these lakes down through here, and then the rest of them are level 2s in those groups. So that is kind of what I'm doing right now. But yeah, if you guys need to rewind that and look at it, you can. And I will be doing guides on this Great One grind probably after I get this Great One mule deer. For anybody who's wanting to do these grinds, I am planning on doing some guides. I just don't know when. Also, guys, one more time, just because it's been a little while since I've said so, if you all are having a good time being here today and you're enjoying your time, please make sure you hit the like button for me. Every time you hit the like button, it's 50 chances per like button hit for somebody to find my content. Also, make sure you guys subscribe. We do these streams about 3 times a week, and I stream for about 3 to 4 hours at a time. And then we also are going to be doing some playthroughs along the way. Resident Evil will start next week, as well as Call of the Wild and Fishing Planet. So if you guys want to be here for that, make sure you guys subscribe for that as well. I appreciate all your support. We're trying to make it to 500 so we can do moderators, super chats, and memberships. Thank you all for being here, and I appreciate any support you guys want to give. Oh my gosh, you killed a whitetail with a double drop time, man? Dude, that is incredible. The biggest buck that I've shot is a full velvet 8-pointer, and he would have scored, I think, like right around 150. So he was a really nice deer for a typical 8. But yeah, that's amazing, man. And yes, that's actually my dream. That's actually the one I want. The 2 whitetails that I have are both big racks, and I love the big rack. But the one great one I want from the whitetail is the double drop time. That's the one I want. So I'm right there with you, man. That's my favorite whitetail great one, and that's the one I'm wanting out of all of them, is the double drop time. So I will be going back after that one at some point. Can this deer just come back as a level 2 or an actual level 5 for once? I'm tired of coming to this pond. Can't the deer just be friends and just do what I asked them to do? Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm actually kind of like you in that way too, Raven. My papaw actually has a little farm, and I hunt that farm every year, and that's where I hunt. I always kill a buck every single year. Like I know the pond is the farm is a very healthy farm to hunt on as far as deer population is concerned, and sometimes they'll even have turkeys in April. But it's always different every year for turkeys. But we live kind of next to a little a trailer park, and that's the reason why turkeys don't like being in there. But the deer don't seem to mind it. And every year I'll at least kill a nice little 6 to 8 pointer. But I've only ever killed like one legitimate big buck out of that pond. I keep saying pond. I'm sorry, guys. Out of that farm. Yeah, I'm kind of like you in that way because my papa lets me hunt his farm too. He's still alive though, and so I haven't inherited anything from him. But he allows me to hunt that farm. My other cousins kind of live like an hour or two away from the house, so it's usually just mine anyways. So everybody says it's Daniel's hunting spot. So yeah, let's see. I guess we'll go down here and check this solo zone too, guys. Star Wars, don't torture yourself, man. It is not that big of a deal. I mean, you're your own human. If you want to watch somebody else's stream, go right ahead, man. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings at all. Do whatever you need to do, buddy. I appreciate you being here today. I mean, you've been here for the majority of the stream anyway, Star Wars. I don't know if a great one's gonna show up or not, but I am streaming for about another 30 minutes, and then at the top of the hour I'll have to get off. But my wife decided she wanted to go shopping, so I get about another 30 minutes to hunt. But like I said, man, if you don't want to be here, if you want to watch somebody else's stream, it ain't no big deal, man. It ain't no big deal at all. The fishing there is insane, like 200-pound catfish in the pond. Oh my gosh, dude. When are you having a family get together and can I come? Dude, that's incredible. Yeah, I don't really have. Sadly, I did have farm ponds that my papa used to own, but as time went on and the cousins went their own ways and stuff, my papa really didn't. We didn't really hunt on his property anymore, and we didn't really get to fish very often. So he decided to sell the property, and I can no longer hunt or fish there. But he had some really enormous bass in those ponds, and I loved fishing them so much. But now I really don't have anywhere really to go unless I wanted to go to a lake. But that is amazing, man. That sounds like some really, really good property you're able to hunt and fish on, buddy. Okay, Star Wars. Sounds good, man. Like I said, you don't have to stay. I totally understand. But I appreciate you for sticking around, man. Like I said, I'm only gonna be live for another 30 minutes. So I mean, if your streamer just started or if they haven't been on long, you'll probably have plenty of time to make it over to them. But also remember too, Star Wars, even if the Great One does spawn, I will always make shorts and videos for you guys. So that way people who are not here during the stream will be able to see what I got. I don't like leaving anybody hanging. I know you guys have your own lives and you're busy and everything. So any rares or giant diamonds that I decide to shoot, I will be making shorts about them. Also, speaking of diamonds, guys, remember that after I get this Great One Mule Deer, we are going to go across to Mesquite Ridge and Silver Ridge Peaks, and we're going to shoot every single diamond we have. And right now, I believe I think we have 12 right now in total. So after we get this Great One Mule Deer, guys, we are going to be going around the maps after we take him out, and we're going to be shooting all of our level 5s before we begin a new grind. So we're going to shoot all the level 5s at the start of the stream, and then we are going to spend some time hunting some other stuff, and then we're going to return to those zones one more time and check out the respawns and see if any of them came back as great ones. If they did not come back as great ones, then that's still fine. We will still leave those zones alone, but we will take out every single level 5, guys, before we move to a new species. It's a female, and she's scarred. She has scarlet all over her face, and she is old. Raven, you'll have to let me know which one what you're talking about. I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to, man. You have to let me know who she is. If I'm forgetting a conversation we had earlier, then just forgive me and just let me know again. My memory isn't the best since I have severe ADHD, but I'll try my best to keep up with all you guys. Oh, okay. So you've seen the catfish before, dude. That's awesome, man. 200 pounds, my gosh. Have you ever tried catching her, or has anybody ever tried to catch that catfish? The biggest fish I've actually hooked and caught in my life was a 34-inch, 16-pound striper. And then I also have a walleye on the wall at home that's 8 pounds and 27 inches. And and instead of having a big chunky belly, he has a belly that perfectly symmetrically goes from the front of his body to the back of his tail, so he's very pretty. He was also melanistic whenever I caught him. He had a really dark gray belly and a very jet black back. But I was so little at the time, and I didn't understand rares that I told my taxidermist that I wanted him to be colored the right colors for a walleye. So I ended up destroying him by accident. But yeah, he's been the biggest one I've killed so far, or caught. Sorry, I'm playing Call of the Wild, so I'm gonna end up saying killed some. That is such a nice ram. He's not a diamond though. I'll just take the ram. I'll take one mule deer and one ram. But yeah, and I've caught a bluegill. It's about the size of my hand. It was right under a pound. I've caught a white crappie that was 15.5 inches long and just in a pound, and I think it was a pound. I've caught my biggest catfish I've caught was a channel cat at like 15 pounds. I've fished most of my life, but most of my life has been spent striper and walleye fishing though. But and then my biggest largemouth I caught was I think he was like 21 inches long. And he was 8.5 pounds. But sadly, I did not get to mount that bass because I didn't have a taxidermist at the time. And we put him in the freezer, but forgot all about him. Like over the years, we forgot I had a fish in the freezer. And my dad ended up discovering him again, and he had shrunk to a 4-pound fish by the time we had a taxidermist. But I still have his picture, and he's a monster. Yes, she broke the rod. I guess that's to be expected, though, with a 200-pound flathead. She is a flathead, I'm assuming. Am I right in saying that? Is she a flathead catfish? I'm pretty sure that's with the size. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Dude, I do not want you being a level 2. You're the only buck in this zone, and you're the only zone that I will not take a level 2 in. So please, come back as something else. Actually, the only thing I'll let this buck be is actually a great one. Anything this buck comes back as, I'm shooting him. Because he's a solo buck that's always here. So whatever you come back as, sir, if you do not want to be shot, you're out of luck. Because unless you get a friend to come in here, you're always going to get a bullet. Alright, let's see. You think she is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a flathead. Channel catfish, I don't think they get that big. I think flathead is the only catfish, or maybe it's a blue. Blue catfish and flathead catfish are the only ones that I think can exceed that much weight. Or at least it's been recorded. If she has obviously a really big long flat head on her, or flat looking head, then yes, she would be a flathead catfish. If she's kind of rounded faced, and she's kind of like big bellied, then she would be a blue cat. If that helps you any. Oh, I got the lung. Let's go. Running lung shot. I'll always take those. She has a flat head, so that is why she's a flathead catfish. That's great. I love your response to that. That was funny. Alright, man. Like I said, you said you weren't really sure a minute ago, so I was just trying to help you identify her. So, yeah. But the way you responded to me, that's kind of funny. It's almost like you knew what she was, and the way you responded to me was kind of like sarcastic. I know it's not the way you meant it, but like if you meant it that way, that's actually kind of funny. Because like she has a flat head, so she is a flathead catfish. Oh man, that's great. Any gobblers up there? Not that I can see. Dude, stop worrying about the animals and track. Thank you, sir. Good grief. Oh, okay, Raven. I got you, man. Okay, gotcha. Buddy, I haven't given you a treat all day. Here you go, sir. You're doing a great job for us. Always a good doggy. Yeah. We have an 8-pound largemouth fastener. I don't know if you meant to say fastener there, Star Wars. We have an 8-pound largemouth in a pond, and I have not caught it, but my friend did. Dude, I don't know how your friend didn't keep that thing and put it on his wall, dude. 8-pound largemouth is a rare catch. If I ever catch another one size of the largemouth I caught again or bigger, it's going on my wall. How many great ones do I got, Mr. Video Man? I have one of every single great one except for the black bear, tar, and fox, just because I don't have any interest in grinding for those. And I have 2 whitetail. So one of every one in the game except the whitetail, which I have 2 of. And I'm currently going after my second mule deer. And on New England mountains, I'm going after my 3rd whitetail. Also, Mr. Video Man and Raven, I just want to let you guys know, if either one of you guys are on PlayStation, this Friday, I am going to be playing with you guys. At the end of every single month, we do a multiplayer stream where I open up one of my maps, and I'll let you guys actually come in and hunt with me via open comms and everything. Like I said, just be polite to others, don't curse or anything, keep it family friendly, and hunt on your own. And also don't hog the mic. But other than that, though, guys, you can feel free to hunt with us if you guys want to. The stream is going to be from 2 until 6 p.m. on Friday. So if you guys are PlayStation players and you want to hunt with me, make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you guys are there for the stream. And you guys are more than welcome to hunt alongside me. Alright, there is no other bucks that have spawned in at this place, guys, so we're going to go ahead and shoot this level 2. Like I said, we're only going to take one level 2, guys, because I don't want to hurt my herd management too much. But that level 5 needs to stay. Like I said, level 5s and 2s stay with the strategy that I'm doing. But I need at least one buck to shoot off every zone. So that one's getting popped. You're fine, Star Wars. Star Wars, just to let you know, man, just for educational purposes, you spelled caught correctly, except that it's an A instead of an O. Everything else you had about spelling the word is correct. It's C-A-U-G-H-T. Just a little educational there. But yeah, you did a good job. Hey, we got some more solos in this zone. Let's go. Let me check. I'll make sure they're not a rare in there. Nope, no rare. Gotta get my breath back. These are long shots here, guys. These are 400-yard shots, so I gotta make sure I got my breath. Somehow they did not hit vitals. Hang on. I got buck fever going on, guys. I'm panicking. These ain't even anything special, and I'm already panicking over them. Oh, well. We'll keep an eye out on that, guys, but I think I loused that one up. We're going to go ahead and move on. I'll keep an eye on that zone, and if we end up getting pressure, I'll go back and track. But I'm pretty sure I loused that pond up. My bad. Oh my gosh, Raven. Dude, that is incredible. I'm jealous as I can be, man. That's beautiful, buddy. I'm hoping to have a Discord up at some point. Probably either sometime after 500 subs or maybe around 1,000. I will start a Discord for my channel. I probably won't be on there too much because it's mainly just going to be a community for you guys. But still, man, that's a. If you ever want to put your picture of him on there, like if you have him mounted and you want to put his picture on there for me so I can look at him, that'd be awesome. But congrats on that, man. That's amazing. Oh, okay, Star Wars. Yeah, I knew what you mean. Yeah, like I said, the big 8-pointer is the biggest one I've ever killed. The biggest turkey I ever killed was like 21 pounds and had an inch and a half spur on one side and a 3-inch spur on the other. So his spurs were very weird. But that was the biggest turkey I ever killed. He also was auburn colored. He, instead of having like the brown and black on him, he was actually like a light red or a dark red, and he had blonde tips on his feathers instead of white. He was a beautiful gobbler. I kept his fan, but that's all I kept of him. That's amazing. My dad is the one in the family that has the other big bucks. He's been to Iowa in his time, so he's got 2 really big typicals in his living room. He has an 11-pointer, I think, that scored like a 1 I don't know. I'm not going to take a guess. I just know they were big. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how much they scored because I know I'm going to be wrong. But but yeah, he has a huge 11 pointer on the wall, and he has a really big thick 10 pointer on the wall. He also has a 14 pointer that was a typical with the kicker, and and then my ex Uncle Jay ended up having a typical 20 pointer that he killed in a different part of the state. But he went and hunted my papaw's property at one point, and there was a 20 point typical buck that came underneath him, and he got it with a bow. Those have been the biggest bucks I've seen in my life so far from my family. Was my dad's big 11 pointer, my dad's 10 and 10 and 14 pointer, and then and he also has a big 6 pointer that's a full velvet 6. But he's huge, like he's a monster for a 6 pointer. Like he has huge width, he's very tall off his head, and he's a very unique 3 points on both sides buck. Yeah, my dad has some cool ones. He also has one buck that has 5 points on one side, and on the other side is just a drop tine. Like he doesn't even have a full antler. It's really just a drop tine from the top of his head down next to his ear. And it's a really teeny tiny drop tine, but that's like the most interesting deer that we've killed. But yeah, that's pretty much all the trophies that I've seen in my lifetime. Sadly, I haven't got any like monsters yet, but I'm hoping at some point in my life I'll get a really big buck. Dude, I mean seriously, any like bucks that you kill that's in the teens or 20s, or bucks that just have like something special about their antlers, can be considered an IRL great one because they're unique. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have drop tines or kickers, or they're just monstrous in size, then yeah, like I would consider that the same way. I'd say it's a real life great one. Mine in my life, I would probably say that mine is like a giant gold. If I had to compare him to like diamonds in Call of the Wild, mine is probably one that's pushing diamond, but he's a gold. I wouldn't say he's a diamond. If I placed my big 8 pointer in the game, and they recreated him, I'd say it'd be the equivalent of a giant gold. Like I said, he has some really nice thickness to him, and his antlers, his tines are very tall. I think that his G's are like all in the teens. Like he's a tall buck. I mean, all of his points are really high pointed. He has 11-inch brow tines on one side and 11.5-inch brow tine on the other. So my deer gets his score from his thickness and his height. But my taxidermist told me that he's only about 2 years old. He looks a lot older than what he is, but my taxidermist told me he's only about 2 years old. So if I would have let that buck live, he would have been a monster by the time he got older. But sadly, I did not know. Sadly, I never got a really big buck, and I wanted to finally get a big deer, so I shot him. And I do not regret it. I have no regrets about shooting that buck. He's my only really big one. I whipped a shot at a big 8-pointer one year. I was over in another part of Kentucky, and I ended up having a really big 10-point that was chasing after some does in the rut, and I ended up pulling the gun up over his shoulder right before I pulled the trigger. Like I jerked, if you know what I'm meaning. I anticipated the kick of the gun, and whenever I jerked, anticipating the kick prior to pulling the trigger, and I shot over top of him. And he would have outclassed my 8-pointer by a huge amount, but sadly I missed him. I got too excited and anticipated the kick of the gun, and I pulled over top of his shoulder and shot over him. You've only got one turkey in your life, but I don't shoot turkeys because I went soft on them. You have your pet turkey. I hear you, man. You have a pet turkey too, dude. You're a really unique man. You're a very unique person. You have some of the best hunting and fishing land in the world, and you have a pet turkey. That's very unique. That's cool. I like that. I've petted somebody's pet whitetail before. I used to sell vacuum cleaners many years ago, and we went to somebody's house, and he had a little doe that was a whitetail doe, and she was just going around and letting all of his pet on her. And the guy says that her mother must have gotten killed or something, and he found her in his rosebud patch whenever he was a couple years prior to that. So she was about a 2-year-old doe, but she was still very young and very little. Maybe about a year and a half old, honestly, from a hunter's education. I wouldn't even say that she was even that old, because she was still so small. But the guy named her Rosebud because of where he found her, and she was a sweetheart. Your biggest book was an 8-point that I dropped because it was facing towards me, and I shot it in the neck, and it weighed 170 pounds, and when I killed it, I was 8 years old, 2 years ago. An 8-pointer for your 8-year-old birthday is actually not that bad, man. That's awesome, Star Wars. Congratulations on that kill, man. Buck is spelled B-U-C-K, by the way. If you're wanting to know how to spell Buck, Star Wars, it's B-U-C-K. And again, I'm not judging you by any means, I'm just helping you out a little. I know you're probably still learning to spell some words, so I'm just helping you a little bit with spelling. But again, it's no judgment intended. And if you feel offended by me helping you, just let me know, because I don't mean anything by it. I'm not making fun of you or anything like that. I'm legitimately just trying to help. Let's see. Well, I had a pet turkey. She died, but now I have a bunch of chickens and a pig and some goats. Oh, okay, man. So you live on a farm, I'm assuming. Yeah, I used to raise chickens whenever I was younger, but as my papa got too old to raise them, he decided to sell them off. Dude, can this buck please, oh please, come back as a level 2 or a big level 5 or a great one? This is another constant buck, but I don't like this to be my main zone because I don't want to get a great one on a zone that's like full of tall grass. I don't want my great one to die in the tall grass and I won't be able to get a good screenshot of him. But still, it still might happen, and if it does, it does, but I'm really hoping that it won't. Oh, okay, Star Wars, I got you, man. Like I said, I didn't mean any. I wasn't meaning to make fun of you or judging you for how you spell stuff. I was legitimately just trying to help. I know you're 10, and I know you're probably still trying to learn how to spell certain words, so I was just trying to help you out a little. But it ain't no big deal, man. If I knew you were using a microphone, I wouldn't have said anything because I know that they can make mistakes all the time. So I apologize. The chickens act like dogs. Yeah, I had some chicks and some chickens that loved being petted on, and they'd peck your little fingers and stuff and whatnot. So I've definitely been there. Give me one second, guys. I have a text I've reply to. Alright, guys, let me refresh my stream real quick. I just had to reply to a text. My wife is at the store and she was asking me if I needed anything. You raised your pig with chickens, so he thinks he's a chicken. His name is Hank Williams. That has got to be one of the funniest and cutest of my sentences I've ever read, man. That's great. Yeah, I had a dog because we had stray cats growing up, and I used to raise them as some puppies. And at least my parents got me some puppies along the way. And we had a few of them that wanted to hang out with the cats, and they just wanted to be a cat. So I totally understand that. That's funny though when that happens. All right, guys. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know why I'm going around my pawns. What we're gonna do, guys. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna have enough time to be able to do a full grind. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and reset time, do a full main menu reset, guys. And I'm gonna go around all my zones as we do at the end of every grinding stream, and we're gonna check all my zones and see if there's anything that needs to be shot. See if there's a great one. So we're not gonna shoot anything, guys, unless it's a great one or unless it's something that does not need to be in that zone. But give me one second, guys. Let's reset time and we'll do our final run of the day. I appreciate you all for being here, by the way. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure that you were subscribed so you can be here for the next streams. Again, I do stream 2 to 3 days a week. Resident Evil is going to be starting next week. Resident Evil 2 will not be featuring my voice because I'm going to be turning that into a movie. I'm combining both Leon and Claire's story into one. But Resident Evil 3, 4, 7, and 8 will all have my voiceover in them, guys, because I've never played them and never beat them. So, hopefully that'll be a lot of entertainment for you guys that want to watch it and that will watch it. Your pig is free range because he doesn't leave. The only animal who has to be locked up in there is the goats because they tried to go in the road. Well, those are some bad animals if you ask me. Bada-bump. Oh, man. My wife absolutely loves goats, man. She loves goats. We don't raise them or anything, but she loves them. Anytime she sees funny goat videos or anything, she just has to click on them. She thinks they're just so adorable and so funny. But yeah, maybe in the future, if we get enough money, we might start raising some because she loves them so much. But I told her if we ever did get goats, that it'd be her responsibility because I'm not one to farm animals or take care of them. But she is more than welcome to get whatever she wants in the future if she's wanting them goats or whatever. Let's see. All right, guys, I do believe that either that other buck that I shot is not here right now, or he's came back as another level 2. So, with this being the next deer, I'm probably going to shoot him. But again, guys, we're not going to shoot anything right now because I don't have time. But I'm just letting you guys know what my plan is for if I decide to stream, if I decide to grind off stream, or if I decide to do something next week with this grind. And the rest are bad. Yeah, that's the thing about goats. I've never met like a goat farmer before, but I have watched some of the videos. My little cousin loves watching farming videos where he's like 3 years old. He watches this guy and he has goats on his farm, and he says for some reason you always end up getting a few that are really well behaved and a few that are rambunctious. What's my real name, Star Wars? Okay, so guys, I know that I've told you guys not to use my real name on stream before, but as you guys can tell from where I was talking earlier, I still slip up because I'm just so used to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know that you still can't use it. If you guys know that I said it earlier in the stream, just keep it to yourselves, guys. I am trying to learn to go with the YouTuber's name only. So I'm not going to disclose my name. If you guys know what it is, please just keep it to yourself. Don't spread it around YouTube or anything. Like I said, I am a newcomer to using an actual YouTuber's name, so I'm going to slip up from time to time and say my real name. But if you guys do know it, just keep it to yourselves. But I'm not releasing that. I'm hoping over time I'll just start calling myself D or Train because I just want to be D or D Train or Train. So you guys can call me a D Train or Train here on the channel. I really don't mind what you call me. But again, guys, even if you hear me slip up and say my real name ever so often, just overlook me. I don't want anybody actually using it. I don't know if it's that dangerous or not right now, guys, but I would like to at least get to 1,000 subscribers before I start welcoming my real name to the channel. I want to make sure that I've got some sort of like some sort of protection on YouTube before that happens. You just got them like 6 months ago, and you started out with 2 pregnant girls and a billy. Now I have 8 goats because they had babies, 4 boys and 1 girl baby. Oh my gosh, my wife would absolutely die over the babies, man. She would absolutely die over the babies. There's a bear out there. What are you, sir? Level 4? Not gonna worry about you. Nothing here. It's interesting. We'll just keep moving on. Star Wars, I will let you know, man. D is a nickname that my friends call me. And I actually did screw up earlier and said my name on chat, so I don't mind if you guys know what my real name is. Just don't advertise it, guys. That's all I'm gonna ask. If you guys do advertise my real name or start shouting my real name or anything, then you guys will immediately get banned. If you, I mean, like I said, I've already told people that I will slip up from time to time, and anybody right now that decides to come out and call me my real name, I will just know that you guys did it intentionally, because I'm not saying it myself, and I'm not allowing other people to say it. So, like I said, guys, just be respectful of me. Understand that I'm new and that I'm or new-ish, I guess I should say, to trying to have an actual YouTuber's name. So, if you guys ever hear me use my real name on stream, just let it roll through one ear and out the other, guys. Yeah, I know, man. What's up, William? Welcome to the stream, man. I would invite you to make yourself at home, but unfortunately the stream is going to be ending here pretty shortly. But though, on usual days, I would say make yourself at home, talk about whatever you want to in chat. Just keep it family friendly. I have over 3,600 hours in Call of the Wild and just about as many in Fishing Planet. So if you have any questions concerning them, I'm more than happy to help you. We also have some very educated people in chat, but you do not have to make it video game related. You can talk about whatever you want. Just like I said, keep it family friendly. Don't be cursing or saying anything vulgar, and that's all I ask. But yeah, man, glad to have you. Friday, if you're on PlayStation, by the way, and you want to hunt with me on Call of the Wild, we are doing a Play Together stream this Friday. So it's going to be from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to be there for it and try to play with me, you're more than welcome to. Also, like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. I try to stream about 3 times a week, and it might be reduced a little bit since I'm doing Resident Evil next week. But I'm going to at least try to get at least 2 streams in per week, even while doing Resident Evil. So I appreciate your support. But yeah, man, it's good to have you. Glad to see you stop by. I don't know why I about shot. What's down here? Okay, I'll take that. We got a random level 2 that showed up over here. That is great. I'm going to leave him alone. For herd management's sakes, I'm going to leave him be. Alright, guys, this is officially the last zone I can check. Nope, never mind. It's the next 2 last zone. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta check this zone just to see if there's anything here, and then I'm gonna go check that final pond down in that bottom. And if there is no great ones, guys, then we'll have to move on. Alright, so that guy responded as a level 3, so I'll have to shoot him at a later time. And we don't have any other Zolos. So let me go down here, guys. I'm gonna check this last pond right here. And then after that, I'll have to get off. So if there's gonna be a great one, it's gotta be now, guys. We're at 493. Also, William, if you are still in chat, man, I want to let you know too that I do have one of every great one in the game except for the whitetail, which I have 2 of, and we're currently going after our second great one, mule deer, here on Silver Ridge Peaks. We got the first one on the ski ridge, and it took 411 kills. That's about all I really have to say about you, unless you have any questions for me. But otherwise, I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a good time today. And even though you're new to the channel, we are trying to make it to 500 subs, so we can do super chats, memberships, and add moderators to the channel. So if you want to subscribe and watch some more of my streams next week, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, I know, Raven. I know. See you, Star Wars. Hope you have a good day, man. I hope I'll talk to you Friday. Like I said, I'll put a reminder out for you guys tomorrow to let you guys and Friday both letting you guys know that I'm going to be doing a multiplayer stream. But I will have an announcement to make either later tonight or tomorrow concerning Way of the Hunter, though. Nope. Alright, guys. We have struck out. That guy came back as a level 3. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until next week now, guys, for us to continue this Great One grind. But we are going to have a multiplayer stream this Friday for anybody that's PlayStation. Make sure you guys are there. It's going to be from 2 p.m. until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I open up one of my maps to the public, and it's first come, first served. You guys are more than welcome to hunt with me. It's voice chat and everything. I do that. I do one stream per month. I mean, it's the last stream of the month. Is when we do those streams. So make sure you guys are there for that if you want to watch or if you want to participate. Otherwise, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream today. I know I've had a blast. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button if you haven't already. And I am going to have to go ahead and get off here, guys. But I love you all. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys this Friday from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our multiplayer stream. And then I'll see you guys next week for Resident Evil as well as more Call of the Wild and Fishing Planet then. But I hope you guys have a great evening. Again, love you all. Subscribe, like. I'll see you guys next time.